Good evening. Welcome to another night of Dave's Vacation Oasis. Well, I did have a guest. Waiting to see what's happening. Um, Hopefully, he will be back. Guys, we've got a lot of good things going on for this channel, for the travel channel. We got some good things coming in. Hopefully, Richard will be back in a minute. Maybe he had to reset his internet or something. You look good on my end, so I'm not sure what's happening. But welcome in, Christian. Welcome in to all those that may be watching right now. Hopefully we'll get some more people. We're not going to go too long tonight, but we were going to talk about Disney's private island, Coco Cay, because our local resident there is Richard is back.
I had to reset for some odd reason. One stream was like, "Nope, you're not here anymore."
Yeah, and I'm like, but see, you were fine on my end, all green on my end.
When it kicked me out, it said I was backstage, but I wasn't allowed to be on the screen. So
well, the thing of it is, I didn't take you off stage.
No, it did it itself.
It did it itself. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't. All I did was start the show, and it must have kicked you. Yeah. It takes us both off when it's playing the intro, and then
yeah.
But so, I mean, I was just telling them I got a lot of good information to share for them later in the thing. Richard, Richard can confirm that he saw one of the videos I'll be sharing over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Richard, what did you think of that video as close as I could get? And that was the tail end of it going out.
Yeah.
I actually have another one that sits right on top of it that it's close. So you guys will love it. That will be on the Dave's Disney stream channels.
Yeah.
So that'll be there, and it'll also be on Discord, guys. I'm telling you, not this week is the night to get on there on Discord and join, where you'll see those, because some of those things will be on Instagram. Some will be. The pictures will end up on Instagram. The videos will end up on Discord and the YouTube. Same thing with Disney. The pictures and the videos will end up on YouTube, my Dave's Disney Dream, and Discord for, as far as the travel stuff. So you guys are going to see a lot of good stuff coming out in the next few weeks. I'm not going to post it all at once, because part of it, I have to put everything together for a slideshow too. So, I mean, and that's going to take me a little bit of time. So, and then of course, Richard, if you want to come on that Thursday night, if you can, and you want to join me for the MSC, because I know I'm doing a show because believe it or not, Jackie, her new channel is Traveling Adventures now.
Okay.
We're doing a Tuesday show at the end of the month on her about MSC, because she's doing her tour of the Grandiosa on the 21st. So we're actually, that whole week, I'll be on her show on Tuesday. She's coming on my show on Thursday, and we're both going to share information about the Grandiosa, but I won't be showing any of the pictures, because it'll be on one or a two-part slideshow.
Yes.
Where I'll cover the Grandiosa myself with the pictures and the thing. So I don't know. To me, it a lot of good information that's coming out, and that I'll be sharing. And I'm excited for what I got coming on the channels.
Yes, exactly.
Obviously, Thursday, I'm looking forward to the Norwegian cruise line.
Yes.
And I'm reaching out to my MSC BDM who did the tour on Saturday. She's coming on. I just got to get her some dates.
Okay.
So she'll be coming on either, I don't know if it'll be this month, and maybe in March, because I'm getting quite booked up real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully this kickstarts and gets you some people coming through, you know?
Yes.
Exactly.
And by posting all this stuff on Discord, Instagram, and because listen, this won't be on the Dave's Disney Instagram. The Disney one will actually be on the travel Instagram. So if you want to see the Disney ones pictures, you'll have to go to the Cantrell Country Travelway and sign up over there on Instagram to see them.
Yeah.
But now let's get to what we're here. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in the segment. But now I want to turn it over to Richard and let him talk to you all about Castaway Cay, because he's been there more times than I'm looking forward to taking my first Disney cruise down the road.
I think 9 to 10 times. I've been on 11 cruises, and I believe two of them were not East Coast. But one of them went up, but it did not go down to Castaway.
Can you share what ships you've been with, Richard? I mean, which Disney ships have been on?
Disney Dream, Disney Wonder, Disney Fantasy, Disney Dream, then Disney Destiny. I've been on basically every single one of them, I think, except for Adventurer Treasure. I have not been on yet. But all the older ones I went on, and I've got to experience all of them. So.
And you do know the pictures I took, that was of Disney Treasure. That was the Disney Treasure that was parked in on that Saturday in port.
It was on that Saturday that happened, and 2 days later, which was amazing, California got the showing of the Disney Adventure that's going back over to Japan and down.
Yeah, well, I mean the Disney, the one that pulled over into Port Canaveral for a while, it should be over on the West Coast now.
Probably, but
if not in Asia now, because
they wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be close together. So,
yes,
yeah, it's nice to see the Disney Adventure is out there. It ported in California, so I think it was probably San Diego. That's the big port city over here.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then it stayed there for like a day, and then it went on its inaugural sailing over the seas to try to get to where it needs to go.
Yeah, because I know the Destiny's inaugural sailing is in April.
Is in April, yeah. Which it will be amazing. It will be the first cruise that is a Disney cruise line that has its own roller coaster on the ship, officially.
Well, now, in that case, here's the thing about that. Now they're actually trying to. Now Disney is now trying to follow the other cruise lines, because the other cruise lines have been doing this for a long time.
Of course, but Disney has the water coasters, but
they got the water coasters. But think about it. Royal Caribbean is the only one that has the aquatic show that actually only has the only large depth pool for aquatic shows on the Icon.
Yes.
And now I think, in fact, I think it is on the Star of the Seas too.
Now, a lot of other cruise ships do have different exciting things to do. I do not know of a Disney cruise ship that has a rock wall. They don't have rock walls. Or the climbing walls, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, climbing walls.
That's everything but Disney has them. Disney does not have it.
Yeah, the climbing walls are just starting to get on the cruise ships, because Royal Caribbean, I think, was the first of them. Now I think Carnival's later cruise ships are getting them.
Carnival has new ones that have it. I know MSC has it. I believe some of more kid-related Princess Cruise Lines has.
Oh man, yeah. You ought to see some of the kid pictures that I got from the Grandiosa. I mean, it really is good. But anyway, so
So
we know you've been on that many ships. We know you've been. We know you're a Disney enthusiast on the cruise line. We know that Disney now has 2 private islands, which you have been to both.
Yes, I have.
So why don't you share us? And now, is it allowing you to share any of the links or no?
It does not. I don't know of a way to share links.
You don't have any. It's not letting you share any of the links.
No. Well, maybe.
Do you have a share button at the bottom?
Yes, I do.
And there should be the screen at the bottom.
I have not used these yet before. So, is that going to work? Streaming live? No, it's ready. Okay.
Oh, it brought it up. Here we go.
There it is. So that's the one I'll go with first because this is made by Disney itself. It's planned Disney. One of the most informational pamphlets you can get. Now you can get these on the Disney cruise ship. This is one that they basically made into a PDF style for the Disney Castaway Cay. Exactly. Island basics. It's a private island. Cruise line guests only. Bahamian Caribbean itineraries. Yes, they do hand out towels right when you first get off of the ship. They already have the beach chairs there. It's first come, first serve on the beach chairs, umbrellas, youth clubs. Some recreation is first come, first serve. And adult exclusive areas is they regulate how many people can be in those areas a lot of times too. So it only can be so many people that can go into it. And if you don't make it into it, then you can't get into it,
Okay.
Until someone else goes out, which a lot of people do that. So yeah. Very, very cool basics. Food and beverages. I love that they show this really on this one. We like cookies. So cookies, yeah, exactly. It is the barbecue joint that they have. It's cookies, cookies too at the Family Beach, and then Serenity Bay Barbecue. It's a heightened version, and they have usually all 3 have different things you can eat on all 3 of them. And I like the Serenity Bay one the best because it has the most selection of food that you're able to get. Serenity Bay is the only one that has, now anyone can go there, but it's right on the outside of going into the adult area or Serenity Bay. And kids can go into the restaurant, but they cannot go onto that beach that's right next to it because that's only for adults, Serenity Bay. Right. And I think they just expanded recently about, I think they said 20 or 30 feet to the left and right. They keep expanding what the Serenity Bay is and keep having construction on the edges, and they push outwards. So they're still in the middle of working on this port, and they keep putting more chairs out and more things that you can do. Now, I'm going to kind of, Olaf's Summertime Freeze is a very cool place, and I am going to do this. And I'm going to show it right here, right now. Summertime Breeze, they have usually collector cups if you're able to get them. This is one of them that was there for a long time. Yes, it's Sven. It is a sipper cup. It's a straw.
Why'd they put a poor straw in the middle of his head? Man, poor Sven.
Yeah. Poor Straw.
Poor Finn. Why does he always get the rotten end of the deal?
He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. Unique, kind of, for something you can do. They do cost roughly about. It's not atrocious for a slushie with this. So you're paying roughly about $5-ish for the drink. That is the frozen slushie, and then you would be paying roughly about $15 to $18 for this guy that you can have with him. You do not have to get it in a collector cup. You can get it in a regular cup, and it would only be about $6 at the most. I did it, so it costed about $20. So it had the collector cup that I'd never seen before, and it enticed me enough for me to get it. It was as my first cruise was with the Disney Cruise Line. I got this guy. So I've had him for over 10 years. He's over 10 years old. So.
Hey, that's awesome. I mean,
and I know since then they've had to have changed what kind of different cups you can get. I've seen at one time they had a Pixar ball that you were able to sip out of. They had a coconut kind of thing going on at one time. Moana. They could be promoting a new movie, and then they push out the new cups at that time for the Disney Cruise Line. Only time you can get these guys is on Castaway Cay. You cannot get them on the ship, by the way. They're unique only to the island, which is kind of cool, it's interesting. So, playing Disney, going back over here. Water and soft drinks are also available. They cost a lot less. I believe they give out water for free there, and it's ice cold. It's really nice. You kind of need that on a hot day. That is looking out towards Serenity Bay, it looks like. That is their little tiny restaurant. It is hooked. That's basically the Serenity Bay Cove. The cookies number 3, as I like to call it, because there's always going to be 3 cookies.
3 cookies.
3 cookies, food and beverages.
3 cookies.
There is bars at this, and you can get specialty drinks only to this island here. There is the sandbar. It's at the Family Beach. The Conch Out Bar. It's right next to the water slide that we'll be able to see in a little bit. That is on the island. There's the head bar
and the ramen. I'll be good.
Yeah, and then the air bar. And they always change up the different names of the drinks and the different things that they can serve. So always keep an eye out on what you can drink there, because I know I've had some things there that were alcoholic. That's mainly what they have. But if you go there and you look around, you can sometimes find non-alcoholic drinks there too. So you don't have to be alcoholic to drink there. It can be just a specialty drink. Beach areas, there is 2 big ones, 2 only ones. Castaway Family Beach and Serenity Bay, which is adult exclusive. That's Castaway Family Beach does have different areas that are zoned out. One of them is a big, huge water slide that they dump into the water with. Another area has, if I remember correctly, a scuba area where they have area people that watch you, and you kind of swim around with a little mask for snorkeling, and you look at the different things that they laid in the water for you to look at under the water, which is really cool. Right. And then they also have if I remember correctly, wasn't it like a pet farm kind of thing where you get to pet and feel what is it at Castaway Cay? What are those called? Ski rays. Isn't it ski rays or ski rays?
Oh, stingrays.
Stingrays. Yes, stingrays. It's one of those.
It's stingrays.
It's the stingrays. In the Shade Game Pavilion. This is mainly a teen area, but it's not required to be a teen to go into this area. But it has basketball, it has a pool, a ping pong. It's really cool. Yes, it does have a pool, so you don't have to go into the ocean to swim. I like the experience of going into the ocean, but I've also been in the pool before on the island, which is really cool.
Personally, I'd be going into the ocean. I mean, it's clear blue, blue, beautiful.
Yeah, some people have a phobia of doing that.
Those are the ones that you take the fins and swim up to them and make them look like the shark's coming and chase them out.
And they also have a sports beach.
You get a big laugh as you're being booted, banned for life.
Yeah, and the Pelican Plunge is the kids' area. There is a weight limit on the water slide that you can go on that with. I was too heavy to go onto it, so most adults should be too. It's a water play area featuring 2 water slides. Mount Rushmore photo op. I do not.
That feels. Yeah, I was going to say the Pelican is more for the little kids, I would think.
Yes, exactly. Spring a Leak water play area for toddlers. They do have seats around the Spring a Leak, so you can just kind of sit and watch your little one play in the water that's spurting out of the ground. Swimming areas, snorkeling lagoon, I talked about that and I've done it once. In the Castaway Cay 5K self-paced activity, which I can kind of show.
You've done that.
From my side also.
Yeah, because actually David T's done that. And a couple of other people within our community has done the Castaway Cay.
Yeah, the 5K. Now they stopped doing it for a while because of COVID precautions, but I believe they started it back up, and I do not know what kind of medals you do get. Mine was rubber, basically, but I've seen some people show that they do have metal ones that you can get too. So it'd be nice to maybe get a metal one that's a little heavier and more durable, looks different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, 5K is pretty cool.
Just so anyone knows, complimentary life vests are available. So you do go into the water. They ask you that you do wear a life vest, especially if you're in the ocean by itself, because there's some areas that the bay opens up.
They just don't save you from sharks.
Yes. Activities, entertainment. We got character appearances and dance parties on the island. Mickey and friends are dressed in their island best, which always make up for fun and unique photo op. 3 to 12, it doesn't really matter on the, that's the youth clubs, Shuttle Club and Teen Hideout. It shows you what age, and they ask that people that are not in that age cannot go in those areas. Unless they are associates that work for Disney. So, yeah. Additional offerings. They do have the bike rentals. They're roughly about $5. They're really cheap to do a bike rental on the island. It's very cool, but it doesn't last that long. You're probably only looking to go around the whole area that is the island for this, probably roughly about 20 minutes, and they cost about $5. It's not that bad of a deal, really.
No, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, they always keep up maintenance on the bicycles, so you won't find a bicycle that doesn't have like a shifter or nothing like that. It's all up to date. Marge's Barges. It's a boat dock, and that's some of the itineraries or excursions you can do on the Castaway Cay will be from the Marge's Barges. Boat Beach, it's another area that has boats on it that you can rent out. Same with the Gills, Fins, and Boats. You can rent snorkel gear, kayaks, pedal boats, aqua trikes, and other water equipment. That also means aqua wheelchair. Yes, they do have those where it floats on top of the water and you're in like a wheelchair thing. And then they also have flippers and floats, inner tubes, snorkel masks, and fins. And I have rented an inner tube for here before. It costs roughly about $2. It's really cheap. Everything is going to be not that expensive unless you get something like a souvenir, it seems like.
It always does.
Now, what'd you say?
Said everything costs money. What doesn't cost money?
I know, but I was amazed when I went. Every single time I went on this island, it's just everything you can do is cheaper, but everything that is collectible is costs more. Castaway offers guests interactive. Irresistible array of port adventures to make your visit unforgettable. That includes snorkeling, parasailing, jet skiing, adventurous water sports, hiking, biking, or taking a scenic boat tour to experience the island's natural beauty, and then getting up close and personal with the local sea life, with the port adventures like the Castaway Cay Stingray Adventure and the Castaway Bottom Fishing Excursion. Now, I want to do the bottom fishing excursion sometime, but I have not got to yet. But I have done the Stingray Adventure. It was one of my first times that I went on the island. It was very cool. Once your cruise is paid in full, you can make reservations online as soon as your cruise activities booking window opens. You can probably explain that a little bit better than I can on some areas, but basically, it had, I believe, isn't it 6 months before is when you have to pay off all the way for your cruise, and then 3 months before is when you'll get some of the itinerary.
Yeah, once it's paid in full, and there's a certain, they open up a certain window frame for you to be able to do those.
Paying off your cruise and then getting a port adventure is what it is.
Right. And I mean, once you know when your cruise's activities, then once it's paid in full, then your window will open after a certain time, and you got so long to be able to do that.
Yep. And just so anyone knows, the higher
you can either do it that way, or like I said, go to the onboard reservations at the port that on ship and make them there as well.
Yes. There's also a third option of calling DCL yourself after the time that you're allowed to do it. You can call them and they will book an itinerary for you that is a port adventure. They can still do that. And if anyone is wondering, the higher tier you get with the Disney Cruise Line, the quicker you can look and see those port adventures, so you're able to book them before the other people. It's helpful. And I've gotten to that point. I'm second to the highest, so. Okay. The sea is calling me. Okay, shopping. We have 2 stores. It's by the seashore, and Sea sells seashells and everything else.
Seashells by the seashell?
Yes. No. Seashells, and everything else. They changed it up.
Seashells by the seashore and everything else. Okay.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool. There you can get different things there for. They have SPF shirts that you're able, long sleeve usually, that you can wear. That way you don't have to put on suntan lotion anymore. You just wear a long sleeve shirt, and this SPF shirt will make it so you don't get sunburned at all because you're wearing a shirt or a long sleeve shirt. Areas that it does not cover, you are going to get sunburned though.
Yeah.
natural little disclaimer about that.
That's why I wear shirts like you're supposed to.
Yes.
Unless I'm unless I'm in my chair wanting a tan going.
Yep. There you go. And that you'll see me doing that a lot too. I'll be on my inner tube in the middle of the water doing the same thing. Hands in the air, and I'm just relaxing. Okay. Tips from the panel. We don't need to look at that. That was a nice little tell most of the information that I wanted to look at. But there is some more. Oh, okay. And then just keep it like that. That should be fine because I can just get this up really quick. And now it is ready on the backside. On the backside of water. That is from the DCL, Disney Cruise Line Port Adventures. This is for the Castaway Cay. So that is the Disney Castaway invites cruisers to enjoy balmy tropical weather and world-class recreation on Bahamian Oasis with the signature Disney hospitality. Okay, this is the main one. I thought it was the other one. It's fine. Visitors to the island completely outdated performance into sprawling beaches, sparkling lagoons, teeming with curious sea life. Yes, they are. Splash-worthy water play areas, walking trails, open-air barbecue, and complimentary meals. Yes, the meals at the cookies are free. They're really good. 2 shops, souvenirs, free tram transportation around the island, and more. This main website does tell the most about everything. It's Disney Castaway 5K. There it is. And when you take on the spectacular 5K around Disney's Castaway Cay, swing palms, run or walk along the strip, observation tower. Yeah.
Now, can you scroll down, or is just?
Yep.
Because all we're saying is that I know you talked about the Castaway K5K.
Oh, never mind. I looked at the wrong page when I was showing this. Duke. I did have the right page up. Oh well. Anyway,
yeah,
that is the aqua trike. That's a bicycle that is basically has hot air and helium on the inside, and you can basically bike around the water and have a bike rental for that. It's about $34 a person, roughly. It's made for ages 5 and up. Banana boat ride. It's very cool. They have little ski-doos and they pull you around on a banana boat. It's $49 for 10 and up, and then $39 for ages 8 to 9.
That's not bad.
All this tells you right here. I guess I did pay $20 for that. There you go.
Yeah, still, that's not bad.
It's still not bad, and it's the same price on both. Yeah. Castaway Cay Fishing Adventure. That is always going to be a little bit more expensive. That is a full-on Disney adventure that you can go on to. The same price. You're paying about $230 to go on to a fishing adventure at Castaway Cay. Now, a lot of people wonder why it's so expensive. It's because you're fishing right close to the Great Barrier Reef is why it costs so much. Because the Great Barrier Reef, I believe, from that island is roughly about 5 miles away. It's very close. and that's the tip of it. If I remember correctly, that's pretty close to the end of the Great Barrier Reef. Is that, and it starts over in Australia, if I remember correctly. It's a very big reef. Yeah. Castaway Ray Stingray Adventure. It's worth the price for 64 for doing it once. I would say ages 5 to 9, but anyone is invited. Snorkel by boat. These are all itineraries you can do. Now you don't have to. Snorkel by boat means that you have a nice little beach island that is not Castaway Cay that they basically not sail, but they get a boat and they track you over to this island, and then you can snorkel around it, and it is on the Great Barrier Reef, so you can basically see the teeming wildlife that the Great Barrier Reef does have. It's very cool. I haven't got to experience that yet. I haven't got to see the Great Barrier Reef from Castaway Cay yet, really. So, okay. Right here. Chill boats, water bike rentals. Those are, they have those look like two little pontoons, and has a little paddle that you bike around with. It costs about $34. And
that looks like you have to work too hard. I'm on vacation. Yeah. I don't want to work too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Extreme getaway package. Basically, it's a I believe they have, it's like a walk around of the island and some other things, and then they also can do some snorkeling. You can do the Stingray Adventure. It's a lot of them all in one, and it costs about $99. That does not include, if I remember correctly, the fishing adventures. It does not include snorkel. The getaway package and snorkel with stingrays. They're going to have different packages. Glass bottom boat scenic voyage. It's very cool. It tells you all the information and how much it roughly costs. Parasailing. That'd be cool to do. I haven't got to do it, but I want to do it. But it costs $140. I don't know if I'd rather do that for that money, but it's being able to see the island from that high in the air is really cool, I guess. The paddle boats, two-seater is really cool. You've seen these paddle boats before. They're really cool. They don't cost that much, $24. You know, that's almost nothing for a lot of people. Sea kayak is roughly single is going to be, it's roughly the same price, so you can kayak around the island in certain areas for a certain price. $44 for the snorkel lagoon equipment rentals. That is if you are buying my own snorkel stuff, renting the snorkel stuff from them. Now, and I've done this before because I knew with my dad. When we went on this Disney cruise ship, he brought in an extra suitcase, and in that suitcase he had scuba divers snorkel stuff too. So he had not hot air. You're not allowed to bring that, but you can bring your suit, your fins, your goggles, wetsuit. If you want to wear one, you're able to wear it on those areas. And we did, and we did not have to pay that price. Basically, we brought it with us, so we would not have to pay that price.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, if I'm going to snorkel, I'm bringing my own snorkel fast that I'm used to using because.
But they do supply.
There are some things you can bring that you know you're going to use.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know you're going to do a snorkel thing,
yep.
My recommendation is, in order not to have to pay for the snorkel equipment, you know, if you got it and you love snorkeling, then make sure you bring your own equipment.
Exactly. It would be that's the best option, but they do have options for They do supply it, but it costs roughly, like I said, roughly about $30, if I think it said right there. Yep, 44.
Right.
It's not bad, really, and that counts having fins. That counts having goggles and a snorkel for your mouth, and that's what that
Yeah,
includes.
it's not bad.
It's not bad for the price, really. It does not. It does not mean that you're scuba diving. You're only snorkeling.
Yeah, no, you're not scuba diving. You're swimming. You can dive. You've got
Yeah.
to know what you're doing when it comes to snorkeling to a point because
Yep. If
there
you
are ways to do it. I mean, unless you just swim totally at the top of the surface. But I'm like the kind that loves to dive, blow out
you
here, take
hold
your
your breath
and dive.
and dive down. You got to know not to breathe in that wonderful, sweet salt water from there. So,
And then you got to know how to blow it out once you hit the surface again.
yes, or you don't get the bins or nothing like that.
Unless you want to be laying in with Davy Jones's locker.
Yeah, some itineraries do have Castaway Cay as being here for 2 days. So they have a discounted price for 2 day bicycle rentals. It's a $2 less if you do it for the 2 days officially. So which is interesting. So I've seen people do this, which is the funniest thing. And if you think about it, it kind of works out in your head. What do? You pay for the $22 for the 2 day bicycle rental, and you're only there for 1 day.
Yeah, that I don't understand that crap.
It costs less. It costs less doing the 2 day package than it is the 1 day.
Well, and it is all strange, but people will do it. People will
do it. I've seen people do it. And then they have different adventures. They have a walking and kayaking nature adventure. It's $84. And what's cool about that one, it's kind of like that. It's coinciding with the one that it had a lot of things that you can do all at once, where it is a Disney associate that is telling you the history of the island while you're walking around. That is why it's so expensive, for one. It is basically a Disney adventure. Port adventure from Disney, and it is really cool. I got to do it once. I don't know if I'd want to do it again, but I got to learn a little bit of the history for this island that way. It makes it more educational, especially for the kids. Yeah.
Careful, most kids don't want to learn that stuff.
Of course not.
Educational, you can forget it.
You would not think so, but this island does have a lot of interesting history. It used to be a port for contraband of drugs. It had its own own airstrip that they landed on.
Probably the port for my contraband cookies that I run.
And to this day, that airstrip is still there. It is the walking path you're walking down to get to Serenity Bay. Is the old airstrip they had. And not only that, they told a little bit of history. It was used in World War II for a middle point at one point.
Right.
Yes. Serenity Bay, or not Serenity Bay, but Castaway Cay was. Before it was Castaway Cay. It was the other name that it had beforehand. So that is pretty cool to see in the port adventures, I would say. You don't need to see this one that much. And I can show you one more wonderful thing. I know how to do the share now. And there. That's the map. They give you a map. That's the map that you can see. And It tells you where everything is. On the very far left-hand side, that is Serenity Bay that goes down to the corner. And then you have the family beach that is closer to the ship. They do have a tram that runs all the way down to Serenity Bay. It does not do that loop that for the tower that's in the top center area. That is a walking path. It's very cool. You get to see a lot of the guava plants that are grown there. Disney grows their own guava plants on this island, but then they use it on all other areas for Disney. So if you're on Disney Cruise Line, the guava on Disney Cruise Line is made on this island. It is officially owned by Disney beforehand. There's no middleman. It goes from Disney to Disney. It is the same way if you have guava from, let's say, Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. That is all from this island. Every single guava instance that they have, counting the juice, it's all made on this island. So, which is pretty cool. I like that this family beach does have this great and wonderful rock wall because it does cut down on the waves. Now, on saying that, they're in the middle of renovation right now because they just had a hurricane pass through there, if I remember correctly, not that long ago. And so they are expanding more on the adult, which means that they're probably going more and more up. Yeah. And sooner or later, it'll get to the corner up there. And they have that whole land. It's all Disney. And I know they just built some new cabanas at Castaway Cay. So the cabanas are all, no, they have some on both. So they have 3 to 4 are on the adult area for the adult beach. And about 5 or 6 are on the family beach for the cabanas. So you can have a kid running about in the cabana if it is in the family section. This shows everything that we were talking about beforehand, kind of, where the merchandise, there's the seashore. It's number 28 on this. It's roughly about right in the center. Number 11 is going to be the kid area that has a big, huge slide that dumps them into the water. It's a very cool little island. It is the smaller of the two that they have. The other one is larger, but it's further apart. Some people don't like that because it's longer walking to get to the area where they pick you up to drive. So this one, they have the things pick you up right where the ship is at. Basically, you walk up to where the island is, and that's where it's at. It's very close. I would say roughly only about a 5-minute walk, maybe 6 minutes, but then you're zooming around on a go-kart kind of deal afterwards. And it goes pretty quick. It has nice air flowing into your face, and it cools you down pretty quick, I would say. I'm saying that because the average temperature on both of the islands is roughly about 98. That is average temperature. Now it does get cooler. It does get quite a bit hotter too. So, so at least I've seen where one of these, which was the map that they give out. Legend, it tells you where all the restrooms are. So I would just, if you know you're going onto this island, probably just print out one of these nice little pages of pamphlet. Or I believe you can get a pamphlet if you're on a Disney cruise line and it's your first cruise. You can ask for pamphlets that are for the different ports of call, for Castaway Cay, and they will give it to you in the mail. Also, another big thing I love about this island, one of the only places that I know of in Disney where you can get a stamp from the Castaway Cay, Bahamas post office if you send a letter. So you can send a letter to yourself and you would get that stamp, and you would get the rubber stamp also, but they have like stamps that you can buy, and it's only for the island, only for Disney Cruise Line.
Nice.
So that's really cool. It's different, very few Disney areas have something you can send to yourself as a memento, and yes, on the shopping areas, they do have postcards. So what you can do, go to the shops at first, get a postcard that you like the look of, write a little bit about the things that you remember or whatever you want to do, and you can send it off on the island, and it will get stamped by Castaway Cay.
So in other words, mail yourself a postcard from the island to yourself at home, and it'll probably get there faster than you'll get back.
Yes, it will. You'll have a little bit of glory mail, as I call it, when you get back home. Another cool thing, most people don't know this, but if you buy anything on the ship, you can get it sent to not only your apartment, or not apartment, but the hotel you're staying at and your room. You can get it sent there. You don't have to wear anything that you buy. You can just get it sent there. Or you can also just get it sent to your address for free, and they do not make you pay for that. So you can get, like, let's say Mikey wants to get a Spirit jersey, but it's 90 degrees. You're not going to wear a Spirit jersey in 90 degrees. You can get it sent to your apartment or your address also, and it will not cost anything extra from Disney Cruise Line. So that's a feature that they do promote.
Well, as long as they got one that says Starbucks is closed.
Oh boy. Well, that would have to.
And then send it to them.
Oh gosh. I believe you could probably find that at Starbucks somewhere, not Starbucks, but on Etsy somewhere. So.
Anyways, no, that was interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, obviously, because
this week it's out there. Yeah.
Again, guys, this week, I know some of you guys, I know Jason and Thea, Gloria, welcome in. Good to see you guys. I know you guys just came in. We've been talking about, I know Travel has been in and out. I don't know if he's still hanging around.
So if you do go on the island, it's very, very cool because there's infinite blue waters everywhere.
And every case, honestly, that is the case, most of the case around the whole.
Beautiful. Now,
you go to the Caribbean, and that's most of the case, most everywhere.
Of course.
Depending on where you go.
And a lot of this area is voted on as one of the most beautiful beaches anywhere in the world. That's towards the top, is all of the Bahamian islands.
Well, I can. Honestly, after some of the islands I've studied,
some don't have.
I have a couple islands that might outdo that beach on Disney Cay.
I highly doubt it because Disney.
I don't know.
Disney pumped in their own beach at one time.
Well,
beach.
I know a couple of the beaches in the Western Caribbean that might beat it because it's highly untouched by people.
Yeah, I hear that.
And it's got its natural beauty. So
yeah, one of the only areas you could.
And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would like to go see it because they look like they're beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
But you can tell you obviously know it's been touched by man a little bit. But
Yes.
sometimes I like to go to beaches that you can actually get to that hasn't been touched by man, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Of course. There's a few areas that have those.
Lori said hi, Richard.
I can't see the chat. I'm just waving to whoever's there.
Well, she said say hi.
Oh, there. Now I can see part of the chat. I can see those little niblets that you put out there. Oh gosh.
So, which brings up, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys something that you guys, if you are not part of the Discord, and Richard already, him and Mike has been privy to some of it. You guys, this is what's going to be coming out starting next weekend. It's going to be everywhere from the Cantrell Country Instagram to the Cantrell Country Discord to the videos being put on both the Dave's Disney Dreams and the Cantrell Country Travelway. And it's pretty interesting. Now, what I'm about to show you is something that I just took on Saturday. I did a tour with MSC Grandiosa, and I actually went to, I know you've been to Port Canaveral. Have you ever heard of the park, Jetty Park down there, Richard?
Yes, I have.
That's actually, have you ever visited?
Yes. Very cool.
You know that's where I got those shots.
Yes, I do know that.
So you obviously see how beautiful it is because you're almost on top of the cruise ships as they're passing by. Yeah. Let alone the pictures that I showed you that's sitting right there.
Yep.
So what you guys are about to see and hopefully hear, you guys will like. Oh, wait, I got to get back. That's the picture. Got to get back to the top side. Whoops. Can't show them that. Because the one that they want to see will be the one that I was right on top of it. Well, I'll do one thing. Here's how close I actually was to the thing. Even you'll love this one, Richard.
There it goes. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to, and these are going to be posted in the Cantrell Country Travelway, not only on the Discord, but on the thing. You guys will want to see. Hopefully, you guys saw it. Maybe if I'm going to put it bigger. Maybe it'll work a little bit better. Hold on. Try that again. Maybe that'll work better. Turn down the brightness a little bit. How's that? Guys, that is the back of the Disney Treasure. Legitimately, that is the back of the Disney Treasure. So, and when you want to, they will be posted for everybody to see, and you'll be able to see just how clear the pictures actually are and how close I was as the ship was passing out of Port Canaveral into the Atlantic. And Richard will tell you, if he's been to I don't know if you've actually visited the jetty, but it really is beautiful. And if you have, then obviously, am I right? Am I right, Richard? That you get good shots of the cruise ships pulling out. So and you'll see a lot of, and I've got one on. I've gotten Explorer the Seas pulling out. I got the Mardi Gras from Carnival pulling out. And actually, you ought to watch that video because that is actually video because I watched it pulled away from the port. I was sitting right on top of it, right there at the bow of the deck ship as it pulled away and pulled out. That video is going to be, oh my goodness. You guys are going to love these videos as I post them. You're going to want to know where the heck I was. And you'll find out more as the week goes on. Obviously, Thursday, we'll be back to, you guys, you don't want to be here Thursday because the Norwegian Cruise Line, my business development manager that covers the Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, it's really weird how they do it. But because I have a hosting agency, my BDM covers those areas up there, and that's the one I have to use. But she will be on Thursday to share about Norwegian Cruise Lines. And I'll tell you, if you're looking to cruise right now, you really can find some good deals on Norwegian Cruise Line, especially out of Jacksonville, out of the Norwegian Gem. So, Richard, if you'll hold on a second, I'm going to go play What Brings This Channel All About.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise #1. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travelway. It's Cantrell Country's Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Country's Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
Yes, for you guys that may be new, my name is Dave Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. Let me help you find your magical vacation, whether you're traveling domestic or whether you're traveling international or whether you want to just take a nice sunny Carnival cruise, a nice cruise out onto the Caribbean, the Bahamas, Alaska, Australia, the Mediterranean. There's so many different possibilities for cruises. It never ends. You will never cover all the cruise that you can. I mean, there's plenty of places that if you love cruising on a cruise ship, we can find you a very excellent itinerary. So reach out to me again. Obviously, guys, this is my business email at cantrellcountrytravelway@gmail.com. Obviously, you can reach me there through my business. If you want to learn more about my business, go copy this link. It'll take you to the travelleadersagent.com travel leaders agent profile, which will be mine. And it'll show you everywhere I've been traveling, and I have to go update that. I have to actually go update that because I've covered a lot more stuff since I've been doing that. I'm actually looking to do a major cruise this year, and if I do the one I want, it really may be a major step up if I do the 7-day cruise. So haven't decided. I'm looking at it, but welcome into all those coming in. So there is that, guys. But yeah, so like the chat. Yeah, so if you are looking to travel, reach out to me. Let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. Because I don't know. I mean, I even here's my thing. I don't know what it is, and Richard, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but there's something about being on the ships that when you're smelling that air, even when you're in port, you just don't want to get off that ship. There's something about it that when you get off that ship, you're depressed and you're all ready for your next cruise. And I did a ship tour. You're muted. I can't. Can anybody hear Richard? Hey. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that better?
That's better. I don't know what happened. We couldn't hear you. So as soon as I said, you can agree with me or disagree with me, but there's something about she said she thought you were muted too, because we couldn't hear you at all.
Dang. I don't know why that happened. I don't know.
I mean, you can disagree or disagree, but there's even with my ship tour, there's just something about when you get off those ships, especially after seeing the grandeur of the ship alone. Yeah. Now imagine being on a cruise and seeing all this beautiful stuff across, even on a 4-day, a 3-night, 4-day cruise, or a 5-day, 4-night cruise. When you get to see all this stuff, there's just something about it. When you get back, you don't want to get off the ship. Period.
You don't. Well, it's not that it's seawater is great, and I love it because it makes you feel more alive. I agree with that point. It's not the only thing, though. Most cruises do supply you with free food, so basically they cook for you the whole time.
And it is. We got free lunch on Saturday. So again, and it was people that was supposed to ship. Their shipping thing was over for the time. So they were supposed to get off for a little, but they actually stayed on to help them with there was like 100 travel advisors there that day, and they actually stayed on to help feed us. And I'm telling you, oh my God, the food was
very cool. So it was MSC that you got to experience, right?
Yes, and again, cool. I got to experience the food again this year, and it just. I am so waiting for I'm waiting for my cruise to just go doot doot.
Yeah, exactly. Now, me and my sister have done enough of Princess that we got a free cruise, basically. I think we paid $200, and we got a cruise that was a 15-night.
How many nights?
15-night Eastern Caribbean.
Crap. That's a 2-week. You're talking a full 2-week cruise.
Yes.
Man, I would love to be in your shoes.
Bam. Keep an eye out on what you can do with what you have, because the rooms for David, especially, he looks at this almost every day probably. Whenever a cruise comes out, so many days beforehand, they put those rooms on sale.
They do. They
Those
do.
are the
In
ones
fact,
you-
I actually, believe it or not, for the
can
7-day
get-
cruise, you tell me, I can actually get a balcony. I
Yeah, you
actually, for MSC, you tell me if you feel like this is a good one. For a balcony, I can get it for about $1,200 on the
for
MSC.
what cruise
And
line?
that's the 7-day cruise.
Oh, okay, so that's MSC.
That's MSC. And now
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
small.
that's
It's a
good.
small
That's
balcony.
fair.
It's a small balcony, but the
Yeah.
cabin fits. It's a balcony cabin, but it fits my size because I'm going to be the only one traveling. So for me,
Now,
I think that's a decent price.
What's that big one for Carnival? The Oasis? I don't remember the name of it. The big one, the new one.
Which one? The biggest ship?
Yeah, Carnival.
No. The biggest ship. What is the biggest ship? A Carnival?
Yeah.
Or are you talking the Icon or Star of the Seas?
It might be the Icon of the Seas. I don't know.
Star of the Seas and the Icon are the two biggest ships in the world. They're both 650,000 ton gross tonnage.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest, largest cruise ships in the world.
Yeah. So.
And that's Royal Caribbean.
Yeah. I don't remember what cruise ship it was, but I remember Carnival was having a deal at one time where it was $5.95 for a stateroom.
Actually, I was just looking at Carnival too. There was actually a few deals that I could get for Carnival that had a few staterooms. So I actually thought about doing a Carnival out of Port Canaveral too.
Why not? You got to experience them all to talk about them all. So experience them.
And I'm trying to figure out where do I want to start because there's so many right now. Here's the thing, and I told you guys this. You guys have heard me talk about this before on the shows. This time of year, and you've heard Jackie say this from Traveling Adventures. This time of year is the peak business for travel advisors because this is when all the ships put out all their best deals to book for not only the rest of this year, but into next year as well.
Yes. And I talked to David.
Right now is a good time to look. If you're seriously thinking this is a good time to book for a cruise.
Just so everyone knows a little bit beforehand, the new Disney ship that will be over in Europe did have itineraries as of today. So they are doing it. He's going over to Europe. This is the first time.
I haven't logged into Disney in a little bit. I need to see what's going on with that.
This is the first time that they're going to Europe.
Yeah, I do know that. I did hear that they were going to Europe.
Yeah, and now they have itineraries. They released them, and now they know how many days you get to go, what port adventures, things like that.
Nice.
And the price. The price is going to be atrocious because it's the first year for Disney doing this. It's going to be high.
I'm betting. I mean, because I'm not going to lie to you. Taking a cruise to Europe and all that, the prices are going to be much higher than what you're going to. Even going to Alaska is going to be a little bit higher than what you're going to pay for going to the Caribbean.
Alaska is always a little high for the weirdest reason. I think it's because it's nature.
It is. I think it is. Well, I don't know if it's the nature part of it, but for some, Alaska cruises have always been a little bit higher. If you looked at everything, the Caribbean and the Bahamas are most of them are decent prices, depending on what ship. Now, how high they are depends on what ship you're taking.
Yep.
Because.
And now officially, Disney does now officially have, I think, 3 ships officially that are not, their home port is not Jamaica, if I remember correctly. It used to be only 2, Because West Coast, we did not have Jamaica as a regular port.
Right. No, I don't know if they have Jamaica as a regular port anymore. A lot of believe it or not, a lot of cruise lines have been pulling out of Jamaica.
I know, but it's Disney's home port is what I mean. They use it as Bahamas, not Jamaica, but Bahamas. But
right.
I don't know the ones that are on West Coast what their home port is. I don't think it's Bahamas, but it could be. You know what I mean? It's the opposite.
I couldn't tell you offhand what their home port would be.
It could be Hawaii. I don't know.
Because a lot of the ship cruises now are starting to rotate their ships out of. Even right now, they're starting to rotate some of the ships out of Port Canaveral, Port Everglades, and Miami, and some of those ships are starting to move over to the west side of the U.S.
Yeah. And now Disney officially, it's not in its home port yet, but it also has one coming out of Singapore now too, which is Adventure. And yes,
Adventure was just here a few weeks ago at Port Canaveral. It was absolutely beautiful. I didn't
Treasure. Not Adventure, Treasure. That's what I meant. Disney Treasure.
Disney Treasure is now ported at Port Canaveral.
Okay. I'm getting confused. I don't know.
Now, what you just saw was the Disney Treasure.
Anyway. Just so everyone knows, for my next wonderful not Disney, yeah, I guess it is Disney, but my next DCL trip will be in October, roughly. And it will be going, well, that's not my next Disney trip, but it will be going 4 nights, Bahamas, Castaway Cay as the first port, then Jamaica. I think that one said Freeport, Jamaica, which was the other side of the island.
Yeah, that's the one that
I don't know. I get to experience it. I have not got to see it yet. Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I was not. Freeport for me was not the best.
And then afterwards, I go into Lighthouse Point, so I get to experience both islands again.
Well, there you go. That right there is worth it.
Yeah, I get to experience both islands. I'll go off on the Disney islands. I probably have a low chance of going off at Freeport. Low chance. Very low. I haven't been there yet. All the other trips I've taken have been from the other port in Jamaica. So.
Well, and you know, my thing is, if you have never experienced, I would say maybe try to experience it once, and then
maybe I can find like a tour that runs through for the excursion.
Hey, I need to take a call. Can you yap to him for a few minutes?
Yeah, you're good. Hello, everyone. That's why I can't look at the chat. If I try to look at the wonderful YouTube chat, that cuts off my audio because I'm not looking at the microphone, which is using my cell phone. Weirdly. Anyway, so it was wonderful knowing that in October, right before that trip, now we're doing this with a first-time cruiser, friend and family. Not really family, it's friend of the family is coming with us. First time to Disney World, first time on a Disney cruise ship for him. And it's going to be on October. It is a Halloween on the High Seas. Wonderful special cruise. It is basically the 2 islands that you want to hit, and then Jamaica, Freeport up there. 4 nights. Before that, we'll probably stay about 5 nights I would think, or 6 nights, but 5 nights at probably we were wanted to do our homestay, since we are Disney DVC members, Vacation Club. Then we will be staying at our home port, or our home, which is contemporary Bay Lake Towers. So we'll get to stay there and let him, the new friend of the family, experience that. Wait a minute, am I allowed? No, it only has a private message. Okay. Anyway, that will be my second trip that I'm doing this year. And my first trip will be in California. It will be a D23 day. We're going the day before. That way we can hit D23 day. If you get a D23 fan event ticket, you have 1 day free, D23 day, that you can enter into either of the parks. I don't think you can park hop though. I'm probably doing California Adventure, probably DCA. It has more exciting rides, I would say, than Disneyland itself. It's not the classics though. It's just more exciting rides. But that will be in August, late August, right before my birthday, September. We'll be going down D3. I think my birthday, I will be at Disneyland, probably. And it happens for about 3 days for the D23 fan event. After the D23 day, and we will be experiencing that. We're both staying at the Grand Californian Hotel. No, yeah, I think so. Grand Californian Hotel, which we always stay at because that is another one of our home resorts. Me and my sister, about 15 years ago, roughly 16 years ago now, 2010, bought into California. Bought into Disney Vacation Club as our first resort for Disney Vacation Club. That was when we started doing it this way. It's a lot cheaper, in my opinion, because we do enough trips. It works out. Anyway, that will be exciting. I can't wait for that to happen. And then I know. No. I just noticed something I probably have to try to fix. Anyway, I have 2 trips for this next year coming up, and I can't wait for that to happen. At the same time, on top of those, anything extra that I have, I will probably save up because I'm trying to move to Florida, and I'll be trying to move around Celebration area. Hopefully, apartment, I'm hoping. And I know I'm in the works of figuring out the money wise, but I'm going to have to switch over jobs unless I get an online job. I'm going to have to get an online job if I'm going to try to do that again. I let my other one lay. Put it down. That way I can concentrate on the job that I'm at right now, which I like enough, but it is not transferable very well to get into Florida from that job. I might get stuck for a little bit. Anyway, you never know. I'm hoping to either this year or next year get in and have a home in Florida. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you do like, comment, and subscribe. Please do support David Can Travel Show. It's because he's a good friend of mine that I always do this with him. A very good friend. And I want this to happen. I want this to boom for Dave. That way he can concentrate on traveling instead of his job. Yeah. That might be nice. Travel agent for Dave. So please do support him. Please do book through him. It will help greatly for him and us. So, and this channel will grow. Okay. Oh, look at this again. It's a bigger screen now. They come on a wonderful lanyard that does say the Castaway 5K. And then the opposite side does say Disney Cruise Line. Woo. Oh gosh, I can barely show the Disney Cruise Line right there. That'd be the best way to show it. They do come off that way. If you want to put something different on it, if you want to make this into something else, it is a medallion that is made out of rubber. It says Castaway K5K. Disney Cruise Line. The other thing I showed earlier. You got your voice back on? Audio. We can't hear you. Still not working? Yeah, he's gonna be right back, people. I can't wait. I'm really excited to.
Testing.
Yeah, here's the sound. You have to do like I did. Basically, go out, come back in.
Did I? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what happens when I do that. It like I said, once I get the whole new system, that should all this whole that whole problem should go away.
Okay.
Because I'm having to use Microsoft Edge on some things. I'm having to use Chrome on other things, and I'm like, I shouldn't have to be all over the place to get things to operate.
I hear you.
Like I feel like I'm multitasking on Windows at half the blooming time.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason. But well, thank you for keeping them. I needed to take that call. Seriously, thank you for taking or watching over it, Richard.
No problem.
Well, I might as well. Here's the good news for you guys. I'm actually. Everybody knows I've worked at one school for so many years as a custodian. Well, I'm leaving that school. I'm going to another school, but I got hired as the head custodian. So I will be getting a raise, and I'm going to be the supervisor in charge. So this is a lot of good things that I'm talking about that's happening. And
okay.
I know with everything that's going on small wise with the travel business, it's all small stuff right now. But yes. I'm telling you, it's all going to come to a head, and then it's going to explode like at Mount Sulius. And then you all gonna be seeing me on the cruise. 10 blondes on the left, 10 brunettes on the right, 10 redheads in the behind. My laptop and margaritas in both hands, baby.
Okay, I'll join you.
Hey, I told Mike the other night. I was talking with Mike when I showed him one of the short videos. I said, me, you, and Mike really need to plan a DCL cruise.
Yes.
Seriously, even if it's like plan it. I mean, I know Mike's going to need a little time. Maybe we can plan it for like 2028.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, at least me and you. I know me and you could go. Me and you, seriously.
Yeah.
I know we can travel a lot more. I wouldn't mind doing a DCL cruise with you. Since you got the experience, you get one cabin, I get another cabin, and then we'll go take over the Disney ship.
Oh God!
They might put a warning sign out for us, Richard.
Exactly. Do not feed these two.
But I mean, I'm serious. So I mean, if you're up to it and you want to talk about it, I wouldn't mind setting something for 2028.
Yeah, I'm considering it.
I mean, I know you've got a lot of I know you plan out far advance. So, maybe if we plan it out far in advance, you can look at it and see if you can go or.
I'll definitely consider it. And I'll talk to my sister about it. So. Yeah.
I mean, hey, by then I hope to have enough that I'll have my IATA that I can really get some deals going.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Wow, it's 1 hour and 34 minutes, and I had to step out for a little while. So I'm sure Richard probably needs to get going. He's probably hasn't had dinner yet, I bet.
I have not.
So we're going to let you go and have dinner. Make sure you guys, Thursday night, guys, please pass the word.
Yes.
NCL is coming on. If you really want to learn about the Norwegian Cruise Lines, she will be here on Thursday at 6 p.m. Bring questions. Bring questions about the NCL. Bring questions about their itineraries.
Okay.
Because honestly, I'm going to tell you. I mean, I don't know what your feeling is right now, Richard. But to me, NCL and MSC are growing real rapidly.
Sure.
They're not too far behind. They're not too far behind Carnival and that. I mean, they're turning out such beautiful ships and itineraries. They're growing real quick.
They are.
So with that, guys, I'm gonna say, what do you got? Did you tell them what you got coming up on your channel or anything?
Yeah, I will be trying to record on some of those days, so I did tell them about it already.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's told you all that. Obviously, guys, Thursday night, Norwegian Cruise Lines. Friday night, you guys will see. I will actually be downloading some of the videos prior to the 9:15 show. I actually go earlier now on Friday nights, Richard.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I actually Pete's goes at 7 o'clock and is usually done by 9. I actually now start at 9:15. So
Okay.
So if you want to, if you have time, or you can pop in if you're not doing anything, well, let me know. Because I'm going to share some of the stuff on what I've seen from MSC about the Disney, and I'm going to post the links to show the videos on at least on Off the Dave's Disney Dreams.
Okay.
Because the other, like I said, those same ones there will be on Discord. If you're not, guys, if you're new to my channel, I have what's called the Cantrell Country Travel Away Discord. You will see a link to the top on the thing. Go over there, join it. It'll give you information on the different cruises. It'll give you information, my business information. I'm posting different yes, they confirmed. I won't be using any slideshows. She's going to have her own stuff, Captain Mickey Mouse. But that don't mean we won't follow up and do a follow-up show on the following Thursday. I'll talk to you more about it. So she's going to have, I think she's going to end up having her own stuff that she'll be able to show on Thursday. So with that, guys, I'm going to say, let the Cantrell Country Travel Way help you find your magical vacation. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Good to see everybody in.
Yep.
Obviously, thank you, Richard, for sharing what you brought on.
Yeah.
Hey, we miss having you and Mike on. People always ask, and I'm glad when you get to come on from time to time.
Yes. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Probably not, unless I start earlier, Captain Mickey Mouse. I might, but I don't think I'm going to start. But obviously, we'll probably wait till the week after.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll have to look at it, Captain Mickey Mouse. Anyways, guys, have a great night. Talk to you Thursday. See you real soon.